So observability, you said in the past, will not fix your broken monitoring. So for any like new DevOps or SREs, can you define how those two are different and what broken monitoring they need to fix?
Most organizations, they have alerts all over the place. People are being paged at night for things they really shouldn't be pulled out of bed from, and they're not fixing that. And in the meantime, they're trying to build a huge complex stack with a lot of components to give the developer that small little bit of performance increase. And oh yes, if they're really doing it wrong, they doing that observability tools that's going to work only on their specific Kubernetes instance and not on the rest of their ecosystem. To me, it's a layered system. People talk about the three pillars. They talk about monitoring, they talk about metrics, logs, traces. To me, it's layers. You start with basically health of your system. Is this thing still on? Once you get that correct, you go to a next level, which is metric-based. And metric-based is different depending on your ecosystem. Like if you are an online vendor 24/7, it's different from your local enterprise that is only office hours, because you don't have the different set of data, you don't have the same size of data, where in an online world, if you suddenly go to 0 requests, that's an anomaly. In an office world, if you go suddenly to 0 requests, well, that's Friday, 5 p.m. A lot of people have gone from, we're failing to actually do the health checks, let's turn it over and let's do the metric-based, not understanding those differences, not understanding that the way they are measuring things is not per se failing or working. And what happened there is that people kind of start to figure out, hey, the health check, that's a 0 or a 1, right? So now we have a metric, 0 or 1, and a 1 is good and a 0 is false. So that was one part. Difference between metrics and health checks. The other thing is most corporates, their infrastructure is not automated or partially automated. There's this thing about the CMDB. You're a centralized database, which actually should be a single source of truth of what your ecosystem, what your infrastructure looks like. For most organizations, that doesn't exist. It has been crafted manually. It's completely out of sync. It's multiple sources of maybe. If you run an infrastructure, what you really want is that single source of truth that says, we're running these, and these services. They're up to date. These services compose of these subcomponents. These are the things you need to monitor. Somebody provisions something new, automatically your monitoring is being updated.